All right, look at that. We're at 9 o'clock. Guys ready? Okay.
Blast off.
I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Tahoe Truckee Sanitation Agency Board of Directors to order here at 9 a.m. for our August board meeting. All right. I'll skip the silence. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's do the roll call, please.
Yes.
Here. I was supposed to do the pledge of allegiance after roll call. Oh, well. Any public comment? None? Wow, okay. Why don't we review and adopt the agenda? Are we going to adjust or remove anything on the agenda this morning? We approval of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. All right.
Do we have to roll call that?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it over to Vicki, who's got some professional achievement awards for us.
Thank you. Good morning, Vice President Clement and directors. I would like to acknowledge this morning Ryan Schultz for his 10-year anniversary. And you don't see Ryan in the audience here because he is on his way to Sacramento right now to look at motor control centers. But I did speak with him this morning and he did express his gratitude for receiving his 10-year anniversary. So anyway, congratulations to Ryan for his 10-year anniversary.
I think we should express our gratitude.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Consent calendar, what I'm told is next. Anybody want to pull anything from the consent calendar? Approval of the consent calendar.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. We're good at picking up these things right away. Motion, but I like it. Okay, when we move over to the regular agenda, we have to talk about employee benefits. Back to Vicki.
Good morning, June directors. I just intended to provide sort of a quick overview of what I'm asking for today. If you do have additional questions, I can do a deeper dive, but TSA contracts with CalPERS for our medical benefits. Historically, prior to now, we've had PERS Platinum and PERS Gold available to us within our service district or our service zip code. The Gold plan costs less than the Platinum, but also offers fewer benefits. TTSA does save on premium costs when an employee enrolls in the Gold plan. In addition to the medical plan, TTSA provides an HRA, and the HRA is equivalent to the deductible amount for the chosen medical plan, as well as any cost sharing if the employee opts to enroll into a plan other than Platinum. This year we'll be adding an HMO and an EPO. Those are now available in TTSA's service zip code. So we need to make changes to our resolution for employee benefits, and we will be adding the EPO and the HMO, and we will also be making changes to the HRA contribution for those plans. And we're also doing just a little bit of minor cleanup in language within the resolution, which is previous resolutions that are now kind of folded into. So the recommendation is that the board approve Resolution 10-2026 as well as Exhibit A. And I can answer any question.
So is it fair to assume that the new plans are cheaper than the Platinum plan?
Yes, in general, so.
That's not a problem.
Well, the HMO plan is going to be available to employees in Nevada, so there'll be a Nevada network. And the premium cost within Nevada for the HMO is very similar to the Platinum plan. It is very slightly less, maybe $10 a month less. However, the HMO rates within this region, Region 1, are much cheaper than the Platinum plan.
Anyone else have any other questions? Yeah, okay, so motion.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, that was pretty straightforward. Why don't we go over to the departmental reports? Start with the operations department.
Good morning, Board of Directors. For you that don't know me, my name is Greg O'Hare. I'm the Chief Plant Operator at TSA, and I'm just filling in for Michael today. He's out on vacation. So. Just happy to report all discharge requirements were met for the month. There's a little more significance to that statement based on being July and the increased loadings to the plant, which causes increased stress throughout the plant. There's kind of one significant thing to update you on that we performed this month, and that was we did perform a plant shutdown. And that was to assist in the E&I department so they could de-energize some equipment so they can get some pictures for our engineering consultants. Other than that, that's kind of all I have. I don't know if you guys have any questions on any of the data that's been submitted to you guys, and there are drafts associated with it.
You have that for
Yeah. So plant data, averages, and where we're at with their limits.
Questions? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Board of Directors. So we seem to be on track for one of the quickest board meetings that I can recall, so.
No, not so fast.
Yeah.
Just slow down.
I'm good.
We've got a closed session coming up.
I'm just gonna do my part here.
Okay.
All right, so for the month of July, staff did provide support for, which you used to see with digestion improvements, clean water revitalization project, which we are no longer calling in red. ITOT domain controller split, the network upgrade project, and the SCADA upgrade project, which has also gone live. So right now we're actively seeking a consultant right now. So we're working with engineering on that, but I'm sure that'll get touched on later. Some of the significant tasks that we performed throughout the month is that we did complete the defensible space work at pond number 3 and along Georgia Road. We did get some questions from TSD about some of the work that was going on out at the pond. So it's pretty visible, but really did make a pretty big, significant difference out there. We were really able to remove a lot of the brush out there. It's very noticeable from the highway. We completed the annual TRI visual inspection. We send somebody out each year to go walk along, check manholes, check for anything visible that might have been damaged throughout the year in the snow and debris that falls along the TRI. We did replace the main fuel oil line and some of the insulation. There's a picture later in the board report for that. We completed construction yard vegetation removal and clearing. I'm sure you noticed that coming into the plant on the left-hand side. That's in preparation of digestion improvements. We're going to continue doing some more expansion of that area to give the crews enough room to stage all of their equipment. We replaced an oil seal bearings on the BNR strainer. And we also did the plant shutdown for switchgear number 27 for project investigation, like Greg alluded to earlier. We did some scaling of some ammonia probe or an ammonia probe at BNR and installed a backup server enclosure with at a remote location. So, any questions about the notable tasks?
Of the pictures.
All right, yeah, we can jump right into those. Not much to report. We did have a good month. We knocked out quite a bit on our corrective work orders this month. So we're able to make a good blend in that. So, but they do tend to stay pretty flat. There just seems to be a little bit of an uptick this time of year. Some of the pictures of before and after for the construction yard clearing. It's actually before was on the right. And on the left, you can see we cleared that out. Got rid of a lot of that old vegetation, the old rocks. I think that's going to be a lot better for our construction management. On the left there, we've got fuel oil line replacement that presented some issues for us, but we were able to get it done, and it was a lot more complex than we thought it would be. So on the right, we've got the server enclosure being installed. That's for one of our backup servers for all of our SCADA systems. So that stays online just in case we have a failure. It should automatically transfer over. So we're working on that. And some pictures of our switchgear investigation for one of the bigger projects. That's for clean water revitalization. And everybody's favorite suit on the right-hand side, a 40 cal suit. Everybody loves wearing that thing when it's middle of summer. So, and that's all we have in pictures.
Hey, Paul,
Yes, sir.
who's doing the landscaping out front?
That would be the operations team.
Okay. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. It's looking great.
Thank you.
Whoever's in charge there, Greg, tell them that, thank you.
Yep.
It's come a long ways in the last, couple of months.
Very much agree. That's great. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, I'm Kristen Davis, the lab director here, filling in for Scott. So I will be giving the technical services department report today. So starting with engineering, the clean water revitalization project looks like the preliminary design report by Corollo should be done very soon. They'll get reviewed and then it'll be brought to the board for special study session that has been scheduled, I believe, this month or so. The digestion improvements project, 60% design by Brown and Caldwell is done and in review. So we're looking at that. The networks upgrade project, 90% design by Jacobs is in review. A lot of reviews going on right now. SCADA upgrade project, the request for quote has been issued. So waiting on that. The TRI rehab project, they're doing a design services scoping and drafting the request for proposal. That is engineering. For lab, we continue to do the CDPH COVID sampling for Department of Health. They have a grant that goes through 2027, so we'll be continuing to do that. And then once that ends, we will see if they get more funding for that or not. The Tiger barium soil sampling, we do that mainly in the summer months. That has been busy for us this year. Every month, we've been getting a bunch of samples, but continuing to do that, everything looks good so far. We are looking at a new VOD incubator and getting quotes. We've gotten all the quotes. We've picked out an incubator. We should be ordering that in the next week or so. And our ion chromatography machine is very old, due for replacement. So that one we're getting quotes for. There's very few of those machines out there. Hopefully that will get replaced real soon too. For IT, they have completed the end-of-life Adobe software replacement, the continued testing of CIS computer security templates. Not really an IT person, so got them here if you have questions. They're finalizing their policies for computer replacements, and the USB storage and file storage updates they're working on. And Lucas went to the Black Hat Conference in Vegas. So he has a little mini presentation on that. Do you have any questions?
I got a question. In regards to the barium testing, are they testing loads that are coming in from excavation projects or, are they, how do they test?
So we do the testing. The loads they bring in, based on how many loads decides how many samples we grab, and we do a random sampling. And then those get sent out for barium and other metals and whatnot. If it comes back hot, then they clear the pile, we scrape it, and then we do another sampling to make sure none is left over. If it comes back fine, they can grade it into the ground.
And that's every load that comes in?
It's
Every random sample?
It's random sampling, so it's every grouping. So once a month, we take how many loads came in and calculate how many samples we do and do a random sampling between all of them.
Now, when the load comes in, do you, identify where that load comes from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Board of Directors, Lucas Talbot, IT Specialist. Thank you for the opportunity for being able to go to the Black Hat Conference in Las Vegas over the course of the 3rd through the 6th, or beginning of this month. See if I can get to. At the Black Hat Conference, it was a combination, started with Black Hat, ended with DEF CON. What each of these conferences were providing was valuable insight to ways that hackers are interjecting themselves into systems right now using agentic AIs to crack open backdoors and be able to control things within our own network. So getting a lot of the insight and focusing on these training sessions that I was able to go into really got to dive down into the weeds on exactly how they're doing these things so that we can be more in the know when it comes to defending ourselves against these things and the key pieces of equipment that we deploy here at TTSA that keeps us on the defense for it. So again, it was a great conference. Learned a ton at this. The bunch of hackers, much more high level than me, being around them, getting to network with them and everything was just phenomenal. But a couple of pictures for you guys from the conference here, and one of the other things that was fun about the entire conference was the aftermath of it. Was people were learning such good things there that one of the Delta flights coming home to Georgia, one of the folks from Black Hat decided to hack the Wi-Fi on one of them, deploy a evil twin network, and started trying to steal people's information. So again, we learned a lot about this stuff so that we can better defend against it. So a lot of fun, and appreciate the opportunity.
Morning. Liz Cook, your fearless finance leader. The first time I've approached the board in the meeting. I don't think that's ever happened before. I thank you for that opportunity to only have this report. I appreciate that. So we're here to talk about what the administrative team has been doing for the last month. On the risk and safety side, just this week we held our quarterly safety committee meeting. It might have been last week, the days run together for me. Bill's also working on updating the chemical business plan for Nevada County so that folks know what chemicals we have here and how to respond to them, as well as doing an overall audit of our individual training assignments, making sure that everyone has access to the training that they need to take. On the finance side, same time of year, same story. We're still wrapping up year end and preparing for our audit. That will end very soon. I have a few more reports to bring forward to the board next month, and we can put that to rest. We've also taken some trainings. I attended a CIP 2-day course that a Finance Officers Association put on so we can learn a little bit more about developing the structure of our CIP, and I can also include some more funding information. Accounting for bonds and accounting for debt-funded capital assets are something our accounting supervisor participated in so that we can up our game for that, because as you know, we keep making decisions here at the board level that cause us to have to account for things like that. On the billing and customer service side, status quo, we got all of the billing on the tax roll. The delinquencies were completed last month. And something new, you may have noticed that there was something missing from your board packet, or maybe you didn't. There's normally billing reports included each month. We'll now be bringing those to the full board semi-annually and making a more robust report out of it. On the other items, purchasing handled all of the POs and requisitions and general responsibilities as normal, and performed various administrative duties at the pleasure of the board and the general manager. Happy to answer any questions.
I'm disappointed I missed the 2-day course on bond accounting.
I mean, to be fair, it was only portions of the day, not a full 10-hour day. Yeah, there was a lot of information, so. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Good morning, board. Brief general manager's report. Lot going on. Tail of the tape is obviously the traveling roadshow. It was a great month. Went and spoke to several member agencies, several local stakeholder groups, and got pretty universal appreciation for the project. So it sounds like people are kind of understanding. It also sounds like I hear a lot of the same story. So there's a lot of infrastructure that's in need of repair or replacement in California, and it's tough to figure out a plan to make it happen. So we are definitely good company. But we've been doing the usual things with the projects, meetings with Corollo. You know, Scott's out at the moment, so I'm kind of the point person for the project decisions. And right now we just initiated testing some tankage out here because we plan on reusing some of the facility for the new facility. So just usual stuff going on. Public outreach kind of calming down a little bit now as far as, tent and flyer type outreach. I think we might have two more, the big truck and.
There's something on a Thursday night in Truckee. I don't remember what
Yeah,
it's
the
called.
block party.
Yes.
Yeah, the Truckee block party, we're planning on attending that, and we've got Michael Peak that'll be attending, so if you want, he does a great presentation, so if you want to go bother him, that'd be fantastic. Strategic plan implementation is kind of now that we're definitely rolling. I've been focusing very heavily from my perspective on some of the more employee focused targets, so going to be putting together this deal from TCPUD, and I'm going to create a leadership academy, voluntary, offer anyone in the agency that's interested in an opportunity to come learn about leadership, learn about qualities, maybe even learn some basic administrative, higher level kind of things, things you don't always get the opportunity to look behind the curtain on. Maybe turn it into like a 6 or 7 week course, something they would do kind of once a week, some homework after hours. Sean has had really good reports from success over at TCPD on that, so I'm going to go ahead and emulate that where I can. I'm also going to be starting effectively a supervisor academy. I want to have all of the supervisors really strong team supporting each other and all on the same page. So as we do this process, there's likely to be several policies that get revisited and kind of codified and a little bit more specified. So that's going to be kind of the brunt of my focus aside from the project right now, is kind of getting some of the more soft targets kind of identified and a plan for those. Again, so I went to CTA. People were excited, went to Good Morning Truckee. Several stakeholders there had no idea who we were, what we do, why we're here. It was really good because I got universal. I mean, they were excited about the project, but they seemed to be very excited just to learn about what we do. And that was very, very encouraging. Both TCPUD and OVPSD, I got way more questions than I was expecting, which was awesome. It was a lot of engagement, a lot of high level thinking. I really appreciate that the other boards are engaging in this and getting involved and thinking about it and understanding some of the decisions we're making. And it's a great collaboration and it feels more like a partnership. again, Liz mentioned, quarterly safety committee meeting. We're gonna have a really heavy focus on the safety, meeting and, committee and the emergency response crew, because we had a very hazardous chemical here that we got rid of a few years ago. And we had a really serious response team ready to go in the event that that chemical were released. Well, that's no longer needed, so what do we need? So we're trying to identify what the agency needs and trying to identify what kinds of targets we want to maintain and how we want to continue to keep people focused on safety and turn it into a little bit more holistic program. So more to come on that. And we have been doing some surplus sales. If you ever go out in AWT, it has historically been a little bit of a boneyard for us because it's a defunct facility. You know, we park some vehicles out there, but we also kind of store stuff that we don't know what else to do with. Some of it's been sitting there long enough and we were able to determine it didn't have any value to the agency. So we've been auctioning it off. And we've been doing pretty well. Sounds like there's one guy in particular that's very interested in buying almost everything we have, so that's cool, makes it easier. But that's gonna continue to go on. So I'm gonna be continuing the visits. We just got engaged with Tahoe Forest. They're doing a symposium, maybe would be the best word for it, over in Olympic Valley. That is focused, I believe they're calling it Beyond Possible is the theme of the symposium. And they would like us to create a project poster for the Clean Water Project and be available during lunchtime. They're gonna have like 4 or 5 major regional projects represented. One of them is gonna be ours, and we'll be there to answer any questions. And so I'll be attending that, and it's a good opportunity for networking anyway. CSDA annual conference, Liz and I are both going down. We've got an extensive list of sessions that we're trying to split up. And very, very beneficial sessions, a lot of them relating to some of the legislative stuff that's kind of always a little bit of a puzzle to try and figure out. So hopefully make some good contacts as well. You know, we're always interested in any way we can get better plugged into legislative affairs or any of those kinds of statewide, federal type things. Keep our ears a little bit better to the railroad tracks and funding as well. And we are going to be hosting the quarterly area boards clerk luncheon. So everyone's representative board clerk will be at TTSA having lunch. And I believe that's that. Do you have any questions?
I got a comment, Jason.
Sir.
That presentation you gave at the Olympic Valley Public Service District was awesome. Got a lot of positive feedback from it. And as we journey further into our deals with Carrillo and the plant rehab, and I don't want to pack your schedule, but it would be really nice to have a follow-up presentation from the agency at Olympic Valley with the progress that we're making, because that PowerPoint presentation was very helpful.
Good.
And it was very much appreciated. And it'd be nice to be able to sit back and maybe in a few months or to have a follow-up so that our board can sit back and understand where we're headed as an agency.
Yeah, that is not a problem. Charlie and I are keeping it in pretty constant communication on that, so.
Yeah.
We'll let you know, probably like a 60% milestone kind of a thing might make sense. Or at least after we have our study session.
Yeah.
I'm more.
It was very helpful. I just want to thank you.
Good, that's what's there.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Any questions for Jason? Nope. All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna move us into closed session. You're at 9:29. So you'll have everybody.
See you later.